This house calls upon the opposition with Miss Sam Ugsod to do her wedding. Right here.
So first of all, I'd like to greet everyone a good evening. So first, before I start giving out all the points from our side, which is the opposition, I'd like first to refute what the other speakers have said. First, they should support, to take the life of a person is their definition for assassination. Now my question would be that, wouldn't that be a good synonym for murder? Of course, assassination is taking someone's life without notice. Next, security is the only reason why assassination should be supported. Everyone has the right to be safe. Now, next, it is better to kill one than many. What about the right of one person? My question would be, what about the family of the one that is killed? What about the life of the one who is assassinated? Wouldn't that cause to rebellion? What about the other people? What about the family who are infected? Who are affected? Sorry, who are affected by? No thanks. No thank you. What about the family who are affected by the one who is assassinated? Next, the less criminals and less people who do bad things. This, I like to say that it totally defeats the less criminals, then less people who do bad things. This could totally defeat the purpose of prison. So now I'd like to give out the points. So it is better to add more years in jail because it helps them regain themselves, because every human being can change. Next, instead of assassinating criminals, we want them to be rehabilitated by means of working and meditation. Working because it would give them the realization that they should have avoided the crime. Prisoners can work to add manpower. Their salary for taking such labor wouldn't be for their own benefit, for the progress of the country. By working, they could improve their lives by working in government programs that would be beneficial for society. Seeing them work hard without salary would turn the mindset of the people outside the jail into discouraging them to follow what the criminals have done. Next, informing them more years in jail, or what we call reclusion perpetua. Just like what I said in number 1, it could help them regain themselves, because prisoners who are in jail are supposed to be there to serve their sanctions. Next, assassination is injustice because, of course, it invades human rights. Another thing, it gives themselves the chance to prove themselves while in jail. Going back to every human being can change. It could help them reflect. Once inside the jail, they would have spiritual convention. Just like what Kelvin had said, religion could lead them to have a more moralistic life once they could get out. Killing one person is against human rights. It is disregarded their right to live. We can't just put him in jail. We just could not put them in jail to repent on what he has done. The last thing is that people outside the jail would have more reasons to think that they shouldn't violate or harm society. So to sum everything up, I'd like to conclude what our side had said, that we should not support the assassination of criminals who cannot be punished by legal means. For us, we define legal means as ways that abide the law. Assassination is not enough for all of us here to be protected. Going back to what I've said, those who are the family of the one being assassinated, could one of could be one of the reasons why rebellion could start. With rebellion, with having many people who would cause more trouble to society, it would disregard the meaning of peace. With that, if many people are trying to kill each other, many people trying to defend each other by with many people trying to kill each other just to seek for justice, I answered Josh. So wouldn't be that. So it would be caused with many people having caused the uprising. Well, it would really disregard the meaning of peace and safety, because what our side has to protect is actually the human rights, because we strongly believe that each of one has the right to be protected too. The prisoners can work to add manpower, but assassination but we should discourage assassination, because for us it isn't the only way for us to regard safety and protection. That's all.
To sum up the case of the opposition side, we now call on the opposition reply speaker to give the final closing, the closing remarks of the opposition side. Here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As a reply speaker, as the one who will give the reply speech, I would first discuss why our legislation is greater than theirs. First of all, it supports human rights. It supports human rights by not assassinating the other people. It would protect the right of these criminals. Secondly, it helps them to think of what they have done, because we would add more, as what Josh said, we would add more time on more years in their jail sentence. They would have to rethink more. They would have to reflect more on what they had done wrong, on why they resulted into them being in the prison in the first place. Now, thirdly, I will talk about the economy, how not assassinating these criminals would result in even helping our economy. By placing them inside the jail, they would add the manpower. They would add the manpower to the programs that the jail has placed. For example, in our city jail today, they have instituted a program that the prisoners would make decorations for Christmas. In that sense, it would help the economy of the Philippines, and those people would serve as the manpower for that program. Now, next part of my speech I would tell what points that we have destroyed in that what points we have destroyed in that the government side has given. First of all, they said that everyone has the right to be secure. Everyone has the right to be secure. But does that mean that the people placed in jail wouldn't make the society safe? They have stated does that wouldn't make the society safe? They are stating that the jail would be incompetent. Incompetent in the sense that they are stating that the society wouldn't be safe anymore if they didn't put if society won't be safe anymore if we place the criminals inside the jail. They did not defend those statements. Second point that that we had destroyed is the disregarding of the human rights of that one person, that they would rather kill than that by killing this one person would help on supporting the thousands of people. But what about what about the family of the person? What about their rights? Won't the family of that single person would still be affected by killing them? Now, lastly, as a part of my speech, I would compare our points and their points. First of all, the government points. They did not state what are the effects of the economy when we killed them. Then on our side we have bigger support company, then we have lower crime rates and give chance for the prisoners. That is all.
Speakers spoke for 4 minutes and 34 seconds. To wrap up the case of the government side, we now call on the government reply speaker, Ms. Mabanta. On a side note, you have a video. Please speak.
Good evening once again. I am here to summarize the whole debate and why the government side is, of course, right. First of all, I would like to highlight their points that are weak. They said that rehabilitation in jail will change the minds of these criminals, but we have said that this change could be for the worse, because it could be that their time in jail would sort of fuel their mindset that, oh, when I get out of here, I'm gonna do something worse just to show them what I can do, and they should never have put me in jail in the first place. And second of all, they're saying that more space in jail so that they can store these criminals, but of course, more space, more of these, it costs more. And I would like to emphasize this because they keep kind of refuting our definition of assassinate. We define assassinate as to take the life. It doesn't have to be in a way that these criminals are not aware that they are to be killed. So lethal injection can be the means of assassinating in this situation. And of course, they're also saying that to be in jail for a long time We'll also have the fear. We'll also create fear in the civilians to do these crimes. But yeah, yes, that is also what we are saying. Difference between us and them is that they are just prolonging the sentence, but this sentence ends. So after that, the security of the people is limited to the sentence period. And with assassination, it is permanent. You take the life of this person, which means he doesn't have the ability to repeat his actions, to repeat his crimes, wherein when he is only placed in a sentence, the sentence does end, and therefore therefore he has the ability to once again repeat his actions. And the criminals' families are considered, but you know, the victims aren't their families also affected? And they are supporting human rights, but the criminals have also violated the human rights of their victims. And so, and they have also been saying fallacious statements that when the rehabilitation can change a person in ways, but like I said, it can be for the worse or for the better. We are not sure, but of course that is not. And rights, human rights, they are supporting human rights. Yes, of course we are supporting human rights. We are supporting the human rights of more people rather than just focusing on the criminal, because the criminal has done a crime which violates laws and has harmed people. And rights do end when they are in conflict with each other. And Kelvin said that yes, he does believe that killing one would be better than having to kill thousands. There's the point. Kill one and save 1,000. So by killing these criminals, they wouldn't, like I said, they wouldn't be able to repeat their actions. And with that, you know, the security of the people is not limited to their sentence period, but rather it begins with the time when they are assassinated and taken out of the picture. And that is why we strongly support that if ever this does happen, it would be a good way.